Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State has commended workers' resilience, reiterating his administration's support for them. Sanwo-Olu gave the assurance at the 2025 Workers' Day celebration with the theme Reclaiming the Civic Space in Midst of Economic Hardship. The event held at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Onikon Stadium. In spite of rainfall, labor unions participated in a colorful march past as they wore customized t-shirts, caps, and Ankara fabrics of various colors. The State Commissioner for Establishments and Training, Mr. Falabi Ayontayo, and the State Head of Service, Mr. Bode Agro, lauded Lagos State workers for their dedication.
They also reflect our recognition that the true wealth of our state lies in the industrial citizens. As we celebrate today, I urge you to recommit to the ideals of dialogue and partnership. The government remains open, willing, and prepared to engage constructively in labor unions and other stakeholders to build a more inclusive, equitable, and resilient labor ecosystem. The theme of this year's Workers' Day, Reclaiming the Civic Space in the Midst of Economic Hardship, calls our attention to deeper issues that transcend wages and welfare. Comrades, the story of Lagos State is incomplete without your passion and your sweat. You are drivers of progress and the defenders of the public interest. On this Workers' Day, I salute your efforts and sacrifices and affirm the unshakable resolve of this government to always stand with our workers.
Ongoing hardship currently faced by public servants. In the public service, the new minimum wage of 85,000 has been implemented effectively since July 2024, with all arrears fully paid. Implementation of 25% basic salary incentives for core establishment agencies. Harmonization of the notional and financial dates of officers who earn their promotion on the 1st of January. Officers who fall into this category have been receiving their salaries effective February 2025. This is a record, and kudos to the Civil Service Commission for this feat.
In her remarks, Chairperson of the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), Comrade Fumilayo Sesi, appreciated the state government for prioritizing workers' welfare and paying the new 85,000 naira minimum wage, along with consequential adjustments.
We not only celebrate and showcase achievements, we reflect on the days and we assess how far we have come in the struggle for total emancipation from oppression and deprivation. The theme for this year May Day is reclaiming the civic space in the midst of economic hardship. This theme is particularly relevant and timely, given the harsh economic realities faced by workers not only in Nigeria but across the globe. Health institutions, medical and health workers union, they request for staff buses for the health workers so that they will not go and enter one chance buses, particularly at LASUT and the Primary Health Care Board, and also the Health Service Commission. Thank you, Mr. Governor, for always listening. We know that this is a done deal. Pension issues. The Nigerian Union of Pensioners, they appeal for the implementation of the 32,000 naira consequential adjustment in the pension, as well as approval for the 57 months arrears from the 2019 pension adjustment. We also request the inclusion of the state parastatal pensioners on the Oracle platform. the nurses and midwives. The nurses, they want consolidation of the core health salary structure to align with the federal structure and other states. And we also need to keep our nurses so that there will be no japa. Government employed media workers. Media workers in the Lagos State owned parastatals such as Radio Lagos, Eko FM, Traffic Radio, they are facing challenges due to exclusion from the Oracle payroll. We call on the government to address the disparity and ensure equal treatment for all public servant workers in Lagos State. Stating that it's only the public servants that are paying taxes. Please, if you don't pay your taxes, don't hold this government responsible to come and give you so many facilities. You must pay your tax. We are encouraging you to pay your taxes. Those who are traders, pay your taxes. You are in Lagos, you are making money. But at the end of the year, everybody will pack money. You will run back to your villages. And you will not remember to pay taxes to where you are making money. This is very unfair. We also want to appeal to the federal government to strengthen security agencies with modern amenities, training, welfare packages to ensure that insecurity is reduced.
Also speaking, Chairman of the Trade Union Congress, TUC Lagos State Chapter, Comrade Benga Ekundayo, commended workers for their resilience and urged the federal government to grant Lagos a special status with increased allocations. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu adopted all requests presented by labor unions and reaffirmed his administration's commitment to strengthening the state's workforce and delivering a more robust public service. He also pledged that next year's May Day celebration will take place at the fully rehabilitated National Stadium in Surulere.
The first day in the month of May in the year 2025, you can see that even this hall, with even the weather coming down, we are more than happy. We are more than excited because it's yet another May Day celebration, a day that has been set aside for the entire workforce of Lagos State, both in the private and in the public sector. I bring you greetings from all of us in the Lagos State Cabinet. I bring you greetings from all of us in the public service of Lagos State, both the judiciary, both the executive, and the legislature. I bring greetings to all of our teaming private sector workers. And we're happy that Lagos again, we're able to do this. One thing I want to assure you, this arena is not containing us again. By next year, we will take the match pass to Surulere, which will be a bigger, and a much more bigger stadium that will come and contain all of us. That's one assurance that I want to give you. But I stand here very delighted, truly happy that we have all been able to come forward and keep to the tradition of ensuring that we observe our May Day celebration. There is need for us to be happy in Lagos. There is need for us to be happy in Lagos. There is need for us to be joyous. Because when we came last year, we made a lot of promises. We said to you that Lagos State will continue to take the lead in the public service of Nigeria. We're happy to come back and report that all throughout the negotiation that led to minimum wage, Lagos kept the promise and were the largest and were the highest paying up on today. Don't worry, it is a shower of blessing. It's a shower that's come to confirm that even the heavens are happy with us. Even our Almighty is happy with us.
The 2025 annual press briefing of all ministries in Lagos State has been ongoing, which is an exercise that provides an opportunity for the state government, through the ministries, render account of its stewardship, share achievements, and engage with the good people of Lagos, and also to commemorate the second anniversary of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's second term in office. The Honorable Commissioner for the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, Mr. Akinyemi Ajibotafe, spoke about the interventions that were designed to address unemployment, foster inclusive economic growth, and equip residents with practical skills to promote entrepreneurship and drive job creation across the state.
140 interns were taken off GIPP for several reasons. 196 interns indicated reluctance to progress, while 453 interns are yet to be engaged with the informal sectors. We have the Lagos State Job Fair too. As a ministry, we deem it fit to highlight another achievement made at the Lagos State Job Fair in collaboration with human capital partners. The Job Fair creates ample opportunities for job seekers to connect with recruiting agencies, off-takers, and sponsors at the event. The platform provides avenues for job seekers to interact and network with employers. This is also an opportunity to submit their resumes and participate in interviews, ultimately increasing their chances of securing employment. The ministry recorded a total of 636 participants in attendance in the year 2023, before the year 2024. That's at the job fair, and a total number of 2,373 in the year 2024 job fair in all. The ministry accommodated a total of 3,009 unemployed graduates across the state within the last 2 years. Our Employability Skills Program. This is a training in collaboration with WAVE Academy. In the ministry, collaborated with the West African Vocational Education Academy, WAVE, to train 180 unemployed youth on soft employability skills, time management, problem solving, teamwork, and managing expectations. In 4 selected LGAs and LCDAs, namely Ikeja, Egbedimu, Otawuri, and Isolo in the states. Participants were given 2 weeks of intensive training followed by 1 month of job shadowing in various organizations. Over time, about 1,450 unemployed youths have gone through the WAVE employability program. We also have another one, which is employability skills training in collaboration with Jobberman. This ministry partnered with Jobberman to train job seekers known as Jobberman champions with employability skills to fast-track unemployment opportunities in the states. The training is focused on agri-tech, digital and creative skills. A total number of 681 persons benefited from the program, which was held at Ikeja, Ifakojai, Ekpe, and Ifelodu LGAs and LCDs in year 2023. Onboarding of point of sales machines. The ministry collaborated with Wema Bank to provide point of sales as part of the social inclusivity in the Theme Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu's administration for residents. The initiative creates convenient payment options for customers to reduce cash handling of transactions in daily activities. A total of 1,425 residents are targeted through the program across the state. Onboarding of 200 beneficiaries of specialized ICT training. The ministry, in partnership with McTay Consulting, launched the specialized IT training for 200 youth in tech space. This initiative is part of state government's continued efforts to youth empowerment and digital inclusion globally. It's an avenue for us to see how we can make our youths useful to themselves, where they can, have their own self-employment, that they don't need to seek for a job. In their comfort zone as an IT professional, they can train people render service here, home, and abroad. Preparing this also an opportunity to prepare them for both local and international job markets. Upon completion, the participants were awarded with Microsoft certificates with a laptop as startup kits to aid their businesses. So we're not just training them, leaving them to themselves. We're supporting them with equipment that will make them useful to the society. Employability skills training at 5 job centers in Ibile.
Our loan spans across 50,000 to 5 million naira. So on average, it would be about 500K. So we go from the nano, small, medium, and SME businesses. And a follow-on question from that you asked, Madam, was around the repayment rate. So last year, we ended about 91% repayment rate. That means for all those we gave a loan to, about 91% of them paid back. We're still actively going after the 9% that have not paid back. Some will come to us to give reasons why they can't pay back, and we always encourage negotiants. If you're encountering an issue, let us know. It's better you come forward to highlight why you can't pay back than for us to spend resources chasing you. So I think that answers that question, Madam. Then the other question around the job saved is directly linked to the grants. I'm not sure if everyone is familiar, but there was a project that was initiated in 2021 as a recovery fund set aside by the Nigerian government, federal, and World Bank. And that fund is actually highlighting for anyone that has been impacted, any business that has been impacted by COVID and is still trying to recover, you can apply for this grant. So by being successful in that grant application, we are saving that job. And the specific question around how do we monitor what they do, we actually have a very thriving monitoring and evaluation team who go out on the field to make sure that these funds you have gotten access to, what are you using it for? Some people have then gone on to hire more people, and that's why you see the translation in the jobs. So whilst you save that job, that person is also hiring more people, and that's how it's a knock-on effect on the intervention from the ministry and the agency as well.
Mr. Okwe George, the Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, disclosed that Lagos State Government is targeting 2.96 trillion naira revenue in 2025. He spoke during the annual ministerial press briefing. He elaborated on how the budget performance in the first quarter of 2025 demonstrated steady progress and fiscal discipline in alignment with the Themes Plus agenda.
Timely budget passage. We've improved our revenue performance. We had our projected revenue rising from about 2.08 trillion in 2024. We're targeting 2.968 in 2025. Our budget performance for last year was closed at 87% for 2024, and I think that reflects a disciplined execution and the way we've run our budget so far, and it also points to our effective fiscal management and our citizens' engagement, which was prioritized. Every year before the budget process is undertaken, we have a consultative forums where we go around to all the various divisions of the state, the biller divisions of the state. We speak to our people, we hear from them what they'd like to see in their coming budgets, and we then go back and incorporate that. And we found that year on year, when we go back, we're held accountable because we go, the next year we go, they ask us and say, what has happened to this numerous projects which we've listed, and we can give an account of what has happened. And it's the same process that would happen again this year. So citizens are very, very involved in our budget process across all the various 5 divisions, and we look at a cross-sectional expenditure framework which ensures that there's a fairer and more impactful way our resources are allocated across all the sectors of the state. So again, this next slide just takes a brief overview at the 2025 budget, which reflects Lagos' commitment to balanced and sustainable growth. Total budget for 2025 stands at 3.366 trillion. We have a capital expenditure allocation of 2.071 trillion. And again, that emphasizes our key on infrastructure development and economic growth. We have a recurrent figure which is set at 1.295 trillion, which focuses on the operational costs of the state and state services. We have a total revenue projection of 2.968 trillion. with the financing gap, which is addressed, which is close to 398.622 billion. So that ensures our fiscal balance and continued investments in key sectors. Earlier on, the Honorable Commissioner for Information had spoken about, when he initially he'd hear about the fact that, as a state, we were taking on loans or we're taking. So at any point in time, I think this speaks to our fiscal discipline. Last year, we're very, very proud to ensure that as a state, we crossed the 1 trillion naira mark from our revenue generation, which was a good achievement. And I must commend the LIRS and the finance family for that. And we've set the bar slightly higher this year to ensure that we can push and ensure that this year we can deliver a lot more for our citizens. So I think this just speaks to our resilience and our development, and also to touch on what the Honorable Commissioner mentioned about our Fitch ratings, which was recently upgraded to stable. You'd find that for us, it speaks to the fact that as a state, we're very, 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 very key on ensuring that we ensure that our matrices and our numbers are always at the right levels where, foreign investment can see Lagos as a safe place to come and invest. And also we find that for a state like Lagos to be able to ensure that our Fitch ratings are on par with the sovereign is something that I think we're very proud of, and we need to ensure that at any point in time we keep up the pace. In terms of our debt financing, it's the gap is set at 398.62 billion this year. Last year we didn't delve too much into any of our debt financing, which also showed the fact that we had good revenue projections, so we're able to manage ourselves a lot better. So we also have a resilience office, and I think we're one of the first few states that set up a Lagos State Resilience Office, and I think it speaks to the fact that as a state we need to ensure that we're constantly dynamic and being able to sort of change to whatever situations we find ourselves. So as a state, we have a Lagos State Resilience Office, which has deepened institutional and community resilience through, again, data-driven tools like the LRS implementation tracking platform. And we have an ongoing development of Lagos State Resilience Intelligence System. These initiatives have helped us improve our transparency, our strategic foresight, and being able to sort of also our emergency preparedness, across all MDAs, so we can help. We are better able to anticipate shocks and able to react to shocks when they come. So we've seen at the grassroots level, our last show, which is our Lagos Resilience Office, has delivered targeted outreach capacity building programs in all the 57 LGAs and LCDAs. And whilst they've also expanded into the business community and continuity plans to ensure that key institutions have been touched. So these efforts, alongside global engagements through platforms like our Global Risk and Reliance Fellowships, have continued to position Lagos as a model for urban resilience in not just in West Africa, but the whole of Africa. We also have a thriving Office of Climate Change and Circular Economy. And the office has, over the last year, worked extremely hard and has been able to successfully launch key initiatives, such as the Eco-Circulate, the Eco-Nexus, and Leave No One Behind program, reinforcing our Lagos' leadership in our regional sustainability efforts. Just here within the Secretariat in Alasa, we have a mini recycling plant where we've been able to sort of help even our citizens and our civil servants also, they can generate an income from being able to go and recycle their products, and it's something that is here, and I'm sure when we have our media chat, we can show you more and take you for you to see, so you can also see some of the things that is being done and this office has done. So we found that a lot of the initiatives have led to creation of jobs, both indirect and indirectly, and the green jobs, and they've positively impacted more than 5,000 SMEs, promoting climate resilience and circular business models. In terms of the environmental impact this has had, the office has made significant strides in delivering and diverting about 20,000 kg of waste from landfills and preventing over 10,000 kg of CO2 emissions, contributing to Lagos carbon reduction targets. So public awareness of circular economy principles has been very, very key. It's been expanding across the various sectors, and we've driven a lot of community-based programs across the various sectors, and we're hoping that over the next couple of months and the year, we'll be able to close strong and be able to sort of build on what this office is doing. So further advancements are welcomed, and we're looking at circular economy being built along this platform, and also being able to sort of go more into the carbon credit market. So in everything we do, capacity building is key. It's important. As a ministry, we coordinate and ensure that we try as much as possible to build capacity around all our various departments, and also ensure that within other MDAs as well, because we're a ministry that function across all the other MDAs, we ensure that capacity building is key. And as I said, it's something that is continuously evolving, and we hope that as we go ahead, we'll get better at this, and we'll continue to sort of invest in our people. So I think what I'll do is I'll stop here. Just before I do that, just to say thank you to Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, for his leadership, to Deputy Governor for his support and his leadership as well, the House of Assembly, the Speaker, also our Chairman of our Budget and Appropriation Committee, Honorable Ololumo, the Permanent Secretary, the SA, and my colleagues, all the department heads, for the work they've done this year and so far last year. And I think for us, just to say that we're a ministry that we're here to obviously ensure that all the moving parts work and tick, and we're a ministry that our doors are open at any point in time. Things that you can point to and see, you look at the Onje Code, the various interventions in our social protection. So we're able to tie what is going on with also actual tangible things you can see. So we'll also find that we've delivered real economic value. When you talk about us as 2024, we achieved a budget performance over our budget of about 87%. So I think that also shows that our resources were channeled in the rightful places, and they were impactful, and they also led to impactful programs. Our stability has been very, very important and key, which has led to visible gains. We've risen in Lagos well over 10 to 12 places in our global startup ecosystem index. So Lagos remains home to over 500 startups. We've become the fintech capital of Africa. We account for more than 73% of Nigeria's total startups. And so our economic conditions are showing signs of easing. So when we look at inflation, we've seen that there's been a moderate decline in our food inflation from about 43% to about 31%. So which also has helped offer relief to our citizens. And I think also that also points to the fact that all our intervention programs have also helped and have also worked as well. Mr. Barnabas, I think Mr. Barnabas was from Radio Nigeria. I believe you also were talking more about the vulnerability and support we've given to our citizens. So we've invested a lot in social protection, and as a ministry, we've continued to sort of align with the Themes Plus agenda, and which also placed, it went from Themes to Themes Plus. The Plus placed a lot of emphasis on social inclusion and gender equality and youth engagement. So we found that these values have helped us look through a lot better and position resources better to various parts of the citizens. So in 2024 alone, we expended close to over 130 billion was delivered in social protection support, which, as I said earlier in one of my presentations, reached close to 18.5 million Lagosians through our targeted intervention programs, Onje Eco food programs, and other social protection measures. So there are things we track and we look at, and we know that, at any point in time, we're constantly ensuring that social protection is key, and we can also reach our poor and vulnerable citizens of the state. So I think that in that light,